There we go.
Well, you are excited. Okay. The 2 changes from last year is that this is now an 18+ panel again, because Otafest was like, okay, nobody got in trouble because their parents were right next to them. But, like, there were some things said to a 13-year-old girl. And, I mean, honestly, like, her mother was sitting beside her, and all I did was explain to her what her dad did to her mother on a regular basis on every flat surface of the house.
Oh.
Which was, she was just like, and Mom was like, I was like, what's your favorite spot to sit and watch TV? Yeah, that's been anointed. For like 20 minutes, every so often I'd go back and make the joke. And Mom thought that was hilarious. Then I started explaining to the girl how her brother just fucking masturbated everywhere. And like, you know, why do you think he has toilet paper and hand lotion next to his computer? She's like, I don't. At which point, Mom started going, no, 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 no. So it was a great time had by all. But the recommendation was like, okay, so Mom was okay with it. But there were like 15-year-olds whose parents said, sure, go to the cartoon convention. I'm sure nothing bad can happen.
Yeah, no.
And I explained horse dicks and shit. So okay, so I'm going to give my standard disclaimer now. We talk about, this is an 18+ panel, which should give you an idea of the lower limit of what we talk about. The upper limit, it's not quite tradition, because this is a really free-form thing I do. But so far, I think every year I've made someone cry.
Yeah.
Okay, and sometimes it's been because they tried to heckle. Don't heckle me, okay? Not because I'm like, oh, I don't want you to heckle me. It's because this is like, people are here to listen to me, not to you. Fuck you, shut up. There's a couple of like peanut gallery types here, and they've raised, I think over the last 10 or 15 years, you guys have probably put like 10 grand into the charity fund.
At least.
Yeah, so stand up there.
You can grab all you want. Make sure to put your cell phone there.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to spout shit.
Woo! Yeah!
You normal plebs. I don't respect you. So occasionally a heckler, so 2 years ago I think it was, I was doing this, I was explaining like, I will hurt your feelings. Like, I'm not going to like go like, oh, you look like somebody that beat me up in grade school, I'm just gonna rah! Right? No, it's you start bidding on stuff and I'm gonna be like, well, that's a curious thing to masturbate to, but let's move on. Right, so you interact with me and there will be some emotional damage. Depending on your weaknesses, it may be fairly light emotional damage. But yeah, 2 years ago I was giving this warning like, I will hurt your feelings, and some guy in the front row, right where you were sitting, went,
I'm a homunculus.
you can't hurt my feelings! And he was dressed as Greed,
yeah.
from Fullmetal Alchemist. At which point I just went, oh, and the 5-minute explanation I gave, the TLDR was homunculus is not Japanese for guy who lives in his mother's basement. And like, it was longer than that. And then I went back to the crowd, explained. 5 minutes later, I turned back, and that's what, oh, he's gone. Yeah, it was, so, a couple years before that, there was a furry guy. Yes. And he was like, I'm a furry, and I think you're being mean to furries. I'm like, you're right, because you're sexual deviants. I think you should die with fire. He's like, and then he posted like a 5-page screed on what a dick I am. And I'm like, yes!
Tell me more.
That's the bit like Louis C.K., but not as good at it, and I don't get paid, and I mean to you as well as to me, okay? So, if you're uncomfortable hearing about horse penis, or duck penis, or human penis, or what I plan to do to you with my penis, if that makes you uncomfortable, you should probably leave now. Because we start at, let's talk about semen and go from there.
Yep.
So that's the base level. That's 21. The other thing is we have less items for charity this year. That's because a lot of the charity items we've had in the past, there's a couple of guys who just spent like 2 or 3 years slowly emptying out their closets because they were like, yeah, I'm into this fandom, but I don't have room, like I don't have a second bedroom to store all this shit in anymore. So they have their closet full of awesome shit, and we got the rest of this stuff that was still pretty good. Those guys have finished clearing out their bedrooms. So, not to have sex in, clearly. So next year, if the rest of you are like, oh, I have a cool thing I can toss in the pot, because we've got some like actual dog shit items that we'll still sell for charity. But we'll take anything and I can make fun of it. We've also got some really, really amazing items that we're going to start selling like 2 minutes from now. And unlike normal, which is, hey, we've got 2 hours of like, I don't know what the fuck is a manga, oh, tits, give me $5. That's normally, that's probably what we're going to do over here.
Yeah.
But this year it's going to be, like, we've got like 3 or 4 high ticket items, and that's, if you want to spend money on charity, that's where your charity money goes, and don't hold back hoping there's something really cool coming. Because we're going to start with the really cool stuff right now, because the artist is here. One of the artists?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the artists is here. We're going to sell her shit first, because she wants to go, ooh! So I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, that's shit, because I will break you.
Yes.
Also, you'd be lying because it's not shit. What?
Can we find out payment options?
The what? Payment options. We take cash, I take blowjobs, and
Yes.
no blowjobs. All right. This is Booty. This is one of 3 art prints that we've got signed by the artists, framed. This one, the printing was rushed. We will be reprinting and re-signing this, but it's the exact same image. It'll just be in a slightly higher quality. Okay. This, like I said, this is one of 3 print items, 3 art prints. We've got 2 more here, and that's you now see everything we've got for the charity stuff. So consider that when you're making bids. And we're going to start right now without any more patter or warnings. Do I have an opening bid?
50.
50.
75.
75.
100.
100.
110.
110.
250.
250.
You can fucking have it. You can fucking have it.
There's an ass man right there. I have 250. Do I hear 260? 250 going once, 250 going twice. Sold for 250. Good job. Okay, now that your shit's sold. So one of the things I should warn you about is there's a thing, I've got a couple of new bits that I've thought of in the last year. Some really amazing bits. One of which I tried at Aurora, and I was like, I need to do this for the big crowd. I mean, like big as in many of you, not big as in, well, kind of both. But one of the bits is seriously not funny. It's like 15 minutes of like uncomfortable silence, and not the haha funny uncomfortable. It's just a like we're gonna like the level of uncomfortable that you get from talking about like child sex slavery in Asia, sort of uncomfortable. Yeah, no, not in a funny